Welcome to Board Games Daddy. Finally, I got my hands on Farmers of the Moor expansion for Agricola, the revised edition. So if you check my channel, I have lots of content for Agricola. I've opened basically everything so far, and I was truly after this expansion, which by the time I'm recording this video was difficult to find or at expensive prices, but I was able to get one. So this is a used copy, but still I would like to share with you what is inside Agricola Farmers of the Moor. First, the box. So it has the same size in height for the base game and the 5 to 6 player. It's a bit thinner than the base game because the content is much less, but still same artwork, same layout, and same kind of coloring, and it will look great on the shelf next to the rest of the boxes. So let's see. Starting with the manual. So the main difference from this game and when it comes to manual is that it is introducing degrees of complexity. So throughout the manual you will see level 1 to 3 being mentioned, meaning that there are different ways to set up things or to play, and if you play level 1 it will be easier than level 2 and level 3, which is a fine addition here. And in terms of components, we'll see them on the box, but there are also some of the components that you should only use if you need to have a simpler game or a more complex game. So we won't get into explanations of the game work here, just for me to share the components. So you see it shows like this. If you want a less complex game or more complex game, then you should add that. There's an interesting foldable pads that I'm going to show you then when assembling. You will get major improvements and minor improvements, and you have these action cards now, which are different in the Agricola base game. Every turn look like this. You take a person from your house, placing it on action space and carrying out the corresponding actions. This is what we call a person action, but Farmers of the Moor introduces an alternative, which is taking a special action. This means instead of placing a person, you may take a face-up special action and carry out exactly one of the printed special actions on the card. Your people remain in your house to be used for additional actions later that turn. Okay, so if you stay at home in this example, let me show you here on camera. So I don't want to go out and it's very cold. Okay, so if you stay inside, you can either horse market, which is exchange food for 1 horse, or you can do some cooking, or you can sell fuel for 1 tile, I think, there, and minor improvement, or you can stay at work and don't play video games all day, and you use food and fuel, and you can build a major improvement. Okay, Daddy. That's it. That's an interesting mechanic here. And you have lots of cards, as we'll see. And the 7 special actions there. There are 7 special actions. Okay, because they have symbols here. You can see the symbols on the card. Okay. And then forest and moors. The forest and moors title in your farmyard limit your development. Because they occupy spaces. The only way to get rid of them is by taking special actions. Moors can be removed only with the cut peat special action, which should be cut peat, that one. So you need to cut the moor. Okay. So open space for your ships. From which you get fuel. Forests can be exchanged for wood and field tiles via the fell trees and slash and burn special actions. Okay. We'll see those. More major improvements, more minor improvements. You can heat your home. Okay. Using the fuel, I guess. And then horses. There's a 4th type of animal that you can get from the horse market special actions. And then horses will be scored in the end. Let me see. Each horse is worth 1 point. Okay. And you lose 1 point if you don't have any horse. So you need at least 1 to make the combo. Wow, what else? What else? So there's a solo game version here, and then an explanation of all the new cards, at least the major improvements, and then some of the minor improvements here. New terms and phrases. So it looks like a very complete and adequate manual. There's also a variant for 1 to 6 players. So if you had the expansion, the other expansion, let's see, to increase the challenge a little, we recommend you play the following variant that introduces another use for fuel. So that's what. So 4, 5. So 5 is the section here on the manual, variant for 6 players. Each time you build, not upgrade and improvement, place a fuel. Okay. So because I haven't played it yet, I can explain further, but apparently the game says, what does the game suggests? He suggests, okay, 1 to 6. Indeed, it suggests is 1 to 6. So that's a variant for 1 to 6. So that means that how much they, okay. So they recommend that with 5 or 6 players. Oh, you will also need expansion for 5 to 6 players. So yeah, because you need the other components. So this is compatible with the other components for 5 and 6 players. Okay, so let's start. Where shall we start? Okay, let's start simple, in a simple way. So we'll put the cards here, okay, and you get the horses, the new resource there, and because of that you have a new notepad that includes the horses row here for you to score, and it's already prepared for maximum to 6, so they think of everything. The forest tiles there that you're going to cut and produce the lumber here. See, lots of them. Then you also have this tile, which is additional space for something. Okay. More things for you to farm, more lands, and there's a house token there. There's the fuel that you produce, fuel tokens. Okay, and these I want to show you. So these are the beds. Let me show you here the beds here. Take the cards out. So let's see if I can assemble a bed here, because they took it in a special direction. So there's the bed that you put it like this. I don't know why. This is the first time they are building stuff 3D models in Agricola. So why the beds deserve this special treatment? I guess the bed is in 3D because definitely you will need to put the meeple inside, sleeping or getting healed or being sick or something. So this is how it looks. The beds are all different. So this one, they have like the same. They look like beds that you could find in medieval times or something, or in countryside, old time countryside, because there's no mattress there. There's just a thing which I don't know what it is, and then you have a blanket, and that's it. That's your bed. That's the thing that cows and horses eat, right? I don't remember the name, uh, but that's an Agricola bed. Not king size beds, but just simple stuff. Another one, different blanket there. Yeah, they all look different. Yeah, and they come like this when assembled. I'm not sure if even. Okay, so this should be like the head part and the feet part, so it's not assembled properly. But anyway, okay, so then these are the additions you get for the main board. 3 to 6 and the 1 to 2 players. I guess there's where the bed goes. Infirmary, okay, so if you're sick, it's related with sickness indeed. That's an infirmary, okay. This adds an infirmary to the board. And also adds here the way you score the horses, 1 horse. And at any time you can convert lumber to fuel and this to fuel to food. And I think this is an addition to the major improvements board. Right? Additional supply board for major improvements. Yes, that's it. Cool. So yeah, the only thing left are the cards. Where should we start? Okay. So this introduces the M deck, M for Moors. Okay, so lots of minor improvements here. Out on a Wallaby. This is exactly the same layout as previous Agricola games. Same kind of art. Unique cards, new cards for sure. With M deck, Lawn Turf, Bog Pony, the Peat Boat for conversions, the fuel storage, more archaeology. You can find treasures. More. The fire brigade. Something went wrong there with the fire. The peat fertilizer. The edge of the forest. The peat burn off. Chamber of commerce. Pastoral letter. Nature's fertilizer. It's manure. Follow land. Fish smokehouse. So cool. So this one is different. I don't remember why. This has a major improvement style. Like it, remove your horse. Okay, so you remove your horse slaughterhouse from play. So this replaces something. It's a minor improvement, but also removes a major improvement, maybe. Horse butchery. So you convert horses into food. So who eats horses anyway? Maybe guys in Agricola land. Peat, ash fertilizer. Boulder swamp. Stone wagon. The plowshare market. Barge. Land parcel. Stock breeding prize. Sewing machine. The peat hut. Horse straw. The nature reserve. Cattle collar. Swamp. Surveyor's map. The bog forest. A church. Ecological niche. Farm animal market. Coal seam. Reforestation. So cool. Oven damper. What's an oven damper? That thing? Is that a damper? Clear felling. Chimney wood. Follow fields and household inventory. Routine work. Advance payment. Drying field. The bog buddy. The bog buddy. What is this? It's the bog zombie. Leather saddle, the tree nursery, special pasture, thicket, farm extension. Oh, you get those things. So those are port extensions for your forest, yeah. Healing clay, open grill, another return of fireplace, so it replaces a fireplace. Grain distillery, living history museum, which replaces the Museum of the Moors. Museum of the Moors. River clay, hardware store, the nose bag, and register of craftsman. Okay, that's half of the deck because you also have another bag here with the remaining ones. Pit cutting expedition, oven installation, kettle stall, deep plow, pit pellets, farmhand quarters, pit barge, spinning mill, pit sled, village hall, birthing house, building plan, no-till farming, garden path, riverside woods, the timber mill, administration, stone quarry, oak bark, a saving deposit, a farm card, flat. But I guess I've seen all these cards previously. It's always the same topic, so I don't know how they can come up with different cards after so many Agricola cards. Pheromones, willow bank, wheelbarrow, family burial plot. But I don't remember to a point that I recognize any of these cards. Rock Horses, Forest Swamp, the Firewood, the Peat Moss, Cooperative Store, Forest Kindergarten, Homewood, Pot Roast Receipt, Butcher's Block, the Wedding Coach. Okay, so that's a pumpkin there. That's Cinderella going there. Agriculture Implement, the Livestock Market. There's the horse there already. Peat Iron, Peat Bath, Arid Field, Malthouse, the Tinker, Moor Birch Trees, Wild Harvest, Loam, Forest Hut, Moor Enclosures, the Night Pasture, Taps. What is Taps? He's just playing the drum there. Wild Fields, the Tool Shed, Wagon, Moor Fire, Peat Cutting Rights, and the Winter Storage. Really important to enjoy the winter. Okay, so only a small number of cards missing. These are the setup cards now, I guess, the ones we've seen in the manual. So yeah, starting with the major improvements here. How horse slaughterhouse, the cookhouse, the museum of the Moors that gets replaced eventually. Horse slaughterhouse, so two of them. Yeah, two of them. They look the same, but there's the horse there, and the horse has been slaughtered already. Basket stall, ceramic stall, the pit charcoal kiln, riding stables, forester's lodge, heating oven, tiled oven, furniture stall, the cookhouse. There you could cook anything, and the village church. Okay, so these are the initial setup cards that will impact the way the forests are laid out, and they all have the same amount of forests and woods or whatever that is, so it's fair for everyone. But yeah, I think the challenge is the same. Just need to approach them differently when it comes to the way you set up your farm, but I guess it's the same. And then there is another action here, which is for the Moors. Maybe replacing a special action, I don't know. And then the ones for the actions when you stay at home. I don't know exactly how these are distributed, if randomly. We haven't read that, but some of them have. Okay, so 6 players, 1 to 3. 6 players, 1 to 5, or 6 players, because they have really differences. This one is for 1 and 2, and you have more actions. I guess the more players you have, the less actions. Is that so? Yeah, three actions only. 5, also for solo there. 5, 6, you have just 2. 6, you have just 1 there, which is slash and burn. Convert the forests into fields. With the horse market. Okay, interesting stuff, interesting mechanics, but I've never played. Only after playing, I will definitely have a better idea if this is indeed worthy or if the base game is already a masterpiece that you should not touch with or change. Anyway, for curious people about Farmers of the Moor, I hope this video was helpful. And if you are then a Agricola fan, don't forget to check my channel and the content there. Based on this video, I'll create a playlist for Agricola. I think the content that I own about the game now deserves a full playlist. So I invite you to visit that by the time you see this video. And if you like board games in general, then I definitely invite you to check the channel. I truly believe that you'll find interesting content there and be part of this community for the future. So thank you very much for being there. Goodbye.